On March 30th, 1946, an armed group attacked a police station in northern Greece. The attackers killed 12 gendarmes and set the station on fire. The planning of the Litochoro attack was attributed to local Hellas fighters. Two names appeared as leaders of the group, Fotinos and Savelas. This incident took place on the eve of the national elections. The Communist Party of Greece had chosen to abstain. The Second Plenum of the party had already convened in February. Its leader, Zachariadis, spoke of popular self-defense. An armed confrontation would eventually become inevitable. Several members of the Central Committee were reluctant. For example, Tsiantos, Zevgos, and Tsimas. The final decision was a compromise. The party would not initiate violence, but if reconciliation failed, it would respond with force. Meanwhile, violence continued throughout Greece. It was provoked by both the left and the right. In the Peloponnese, the anti-communist ex-bands of Grivas were mainly responsible. In Macedonia, the situation was more complex and harder to attribute to one side. In June, the government passed the Security Bill. The new courts could impose capital punishment for membership in armed bands. Tensions continued to escalate between the government and the left-wing opposition. Armed groups became more active, particularly in rural areas. Zachariadis was said to be urging centralized armed action. However, his departure to the mountains did not take place until August. The Litochoro attack is viewed as the beginning of the Civil War. However, no full-scale battles occurred before July 1946. The descent into civil war was a gradual deterioration. It took its gravest turn much later in the year.
Βγαίνει κάποιος και λέει μας στήσαν πατρονόκλουδα με την απόχηση. Αυτό είναι πολιτική εκτίμηση που μπορείς να την ανατρέψεις. Ποιος ήταν ο σκοπός? Εγώ λέω, οπορτουνιστική αυταπάτη να πιστεύουμε ότι θα παίρναμε τις εκλογές στην πλειοψηφία τότε και θα παίρναμε την εξουσία και θα περνούσαμε και στο σοσιαλισμό. Αυταπάτη οπορτουνιστική σύνδρομη. Όποιος το πιστεύει αυτό το πράγμα ότι Τι θα γινόταν, ποια ειρηνική συντροφή. Όπως μας έσφαξαν στο Βόρο, μας έσφαξε ο Μαγκανάς και τα λοιπά, τέτοιο πράγμα μάλιστα. Τέτοια ειρηνική επικράτηση θα υπήρχε στην Ελλάδα. Σωστή ήταν η απόφαση για δεύτερο ενοπλογό. Σωστή ήταν. Δικαιώθηκε και πολιτικά δεν μας ζημίωσε αυτό. Μπορούσαμε να πάρουμε την εξουσία, αν δεν την παίρναμε και αντί να αρχίζαμε τον ένοπλο αγώνα πολιτικά δεν θα ήμασταν καλύτερα.